So good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in into this channel. And today I have a very interesting topic that relates to business. As you know, in this channel, my biggest goal is to advise people on how to succeed in various businesses, but specifically on the online taxi business. So I have done so many videos, and if there is anything you would desire to know with regard to digital taxi business, you can always find something in this channel, and you can also reach out to me through the comment section, and I will give you my contact details. So today, one of the biggest questions that people have been asking themselves is how to succeed in business. There are so many business opportunities. Whenever there are problems, like in Africa, in Kenya today, there are so many challenges that we are facing. But in the face of every challenge, it's an opportunity to make business, to make profit, to make money, and to solve problems. But not everyone is able to do that. Why is it so? So that is what I want us to discuss in a very few minutes, and I hope this makes sense to you. And I am not teaching you any theory. I am speaking from the point of experience. As some of you may know, we are also employees of organizations, we are employees of corporates, and we have some insights on how organizations make money and how organizations have survived the tides of years to make sure that they remain in business, for decades. So these are some of the insights that I am going to give you here. So how can you ensure that you succeed in any business or in every business that you start? The key to success in business is money. People will tell you that an opportunity for you to solve problems is an opportunity for you to remain in business. But at the end of the day, solving people's problem does not mean that the people you are helping have the potential to compensate you to keep your business afloat. So that is something that you have to really do a very good feasibility study to make sure that in as much as you are solving people's problems, these people you are solving problems for are capable to support your business financially and to make sure that you remain in business. Because it is casually said that cash is king. In business, without money you cannot make money. So it is very critical that knowing success in business is determined by whether you are able to make money or not. Whether that money you make it through the conversion of profit process, or through fundraising, or through donations, or through any other means. As long as your business is making money, then you can continue the conversation on how to remain sustainable. So this is the question you need to ask yourself. Before you get into that business, what is the opportunity to make money? How do I make money? How do people in this business make money? If you can ask yourself that question and you have an answer, then you can now start talking about how much, within what time. But already in your mind, you are aware that people in this business make money this way. And that is what we are going to discuss. For me, regardless of any business, there are two ways in which you can make money. Okay? Because you cannot just be generating revenue without spending money. So the first thing for you to make money in any business are profits. And that is something you really need to do a good analysis on and understand what are the levels of profit in this business. You might get into the business of selling clothes. And then once you have already started with your stock, all of a sudden you are surprised to realize that one piece of cloth is giving you 10 Kenya shillings or $0.5 per sale. Then you need to ask yourself, how many volumes do I need to turn around? How many units of cloth do I have to sell if every cloth is giving me 10 shillings? How many do I need to sell to earn myself a revenue of 200,000 per month? Do that month, then you will see the realities of that business. It is only then that the realities of that business will hit you. And then by hitting you, then it prepares you to get into it with the reality in mind. So the first thing, regardless of the business you are doing, be mindful of the profit. And the profits are made by how you price the things you are selling, whether it is service or products or goods. What is your buying price and what is your selling price? Okay? Selling price minus buying price. There are people who will make sure that they create good margins so that they can have more profit. But there is a risk, because if your business is of volume business is where you sell small things with small profit, then the volume will give you good money at the end of the month. But if you are in the business of, I have said there is volume and there is value. So value is where you sell few items, but every item gives you quite a good amount of money that you don't need to do it every day. Like people who sell land, people who sell apartments, people who sell cars. You know, if you sell maybe even one single car in 1 month, you have already your bills catered for. So know what are the levels of profit in that business. Then, of course, we talk of income. You know, profit from one sale is not enough. What level of income should you achieve in terms of total sales so that you can have sustainable profit? The way I have explained to you, if your target is 200,000 per month, like your employed colleagues, you must ask yourself, how much do I have to sell for me to make a profit of 200,000? If 200,000 is your net profit, meaning your take home, which is, let's say, 20% of your profit, then it means that month you have to sell at least 1 million in terms of turnover, in terms of total sales, so that the rest goes into covering the cost of goods sold, the expenses, and then you take your 200K home at the end of the month. So those are months that you really need to do. Because I have seen people getting into startups, saying that I will be selling mandazis here, I will be selling sugarcane there, but when you look at your level of income at the end of the month, surely you have to sell like 20 wheelbarrows of sugarcane every day for you to achieve that level of income that you want. Are you willing to commit that level of effort to stay on the roads and sell 20 wheelbarrows? Is there potential to do 20 wheelbarrows of sugarcanes in a day so that you make your 100K in a month? So those realities must prepare you very well. The second level of making money in business is saving costs. Like, for instance, I talk so much about the Uber business. You have to manage your operation expenses. Fuel, for instance. I talk to guys who are in business of driving Uber. I ask them, how much does your car consume? How many kilometers does your car give you per every liter of fuel that you put in? While in the business of taxi driving, you must be aware of all your operational expenses. And fuel is the biggest expense in this business. So if you cannot tell me that, your car takes you 14 kilometers per liter, for example, or another one that does 16, another one that does 20. So you must be in touch with your realities of expenses that you spend on day-to-day basis, so that you are able to monitor them, so that if that car has an issue with, let's say, spark plugs, or it has an issue with the transmission or something else that it is making it to consume more fuel, you will be very, very quick to note. So I always tell drivers, make sure that you are aware of the drivers of your operational expenses, because they can cost you the business. So how you drive your car, make sure that you are aware, how do you press the acceleration? How do you brake? How do you drive in areas where there is a lot of traffic, so that you don't get every day caught into traffic? Learn how to manage your cost. And the other one, and this not necessarily in our business, this is negotiation. So negotiations. So how best do you negotiate? Because if you are buying commodities or goods or items from a supplier, you have the opportunity to save some levels of cost. Because if that person is selling you something at, let's say, 100 shillings, then you negotiate to maybe 99 shillings. You see 99 shillings per item, then you are left with 1 shilling. of course, these savings from negotiations are not that much, but if your business is driving volumes, you will realize the amount of money you make when you sell maybe 100,000 items, and then you are saving 1 shillings per item. Then you will find that at the end of the day, you have made 100,000 shillings from 100,000 items. So never feel ashamed of negotiating. Whatever you are buying, even if it is from Mama Boga, of course, unless you are willing to help, anything that you are buying and there is a potential to negotiate, never ever ignore that, because you will feel the impact at the end of a long season or at the end of, driving certain volume of goods. So those are my key business advice today. If you have not memorized much of what I have said, the thing is, be in touch with where money is in every business. Know where money is in business. Forget about the sweet talks of solving business problems. Forget about it completely. Talk to people. Where is the cake in this business? If I start, charity with Children's Home, if you start selling land, if you start selling cars, if you get into the taxi business, where is the money? Then you strategize on how, to incorporate that into the bigger vision of solving people's problem. Because you cannot survive without money as a business. So I hope this has been helpful to you. You can reach out to me anytime, and then we can continue this conversation. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing.